Hello there, Bug 255. Thanks for asking me to go out and see if I could find you some flint in the field. I've got a couple of suggestions that you might like about finding flint. Flint probably is easier to find around limestone quarries and around bridges. You can hear in the background, you can hear trucks and stuff going by. You can look back through here, and you can see huge boulders behind me. I've already searched around and found some actual pieces of flint. There's a piece of flint. In my neck of the woods, the stuff is usually the dark, cherty kind. It's called chert. You can see in this limestone right here, that's a piece of flint. There's a piece of flint. There's a chunk right there. So what you have to do is you have to bust this rock and get that flint out of it. This little piece right here just has that little chunk of flint right there in it. And one way that you can test this stuff to see if it'll strike sparks for you is you can just take a bottle, a piece of glass, and if that thing will scratch glass, and I mean really scratch it like you're cutting it, like that did, then that is flint rock. And it's hard enough because flint, remember, is harder than steel. So let me see if I can get this flint striker out of my pocket that I made the other day on the video. And we'll see if we can strike spark with this flint that I found out here in the field. Yeah, you can see those sparks flying. So that's a good way to test and see if you're picking up the right stuff to make a fire with. Just strike you some sparks on it. That little piece right there, nice little chunk. Don't have to do anything to that one, just put it in your pocket or put it in your pack. There it is. The bigger one I will have to take home and bust that flint out of it, or bust it right here where I'm at. So another thing I wanted to tell you is this: search your local history. Go to your library, find the history of your county, your state, and lots of times you'll find in those books where Indian villages was. And in our county we had an Indian village, and it's actually a living museum now, and you can go there and find some interesting things. But if you find where those Indian villages used to be, you can find probably some scrap pieces of flint somewhere, because that's what they used to make their weapons and cutting utensils. Also, if you can find in the history local where you had a gun maker, like an old gun maker, blacksmith gun maker, he would have flint, would have to have it to make the flint that goes on the hammer of a gun. So those are just some things that you can do to find it. But I go in my local area here in the Allegheny Mountains around roads and bridges where they will throw out limestone that they've crushed to make road beds out of, and inside that limestone, which is what that rock is right there, that's a limestone, chunk of limestone. That's where you're going to find your flint in my area. In your area, it might be somewhere in sandstone. I have found some flint sometime embedded in sandstone, and it is really good flint if you can find a chunk that's embedded in sandstone. But guys, that's this video on how to hunt flint. Hope you can go out there and find some. And that's another tip from your Bland County Survivor man. Have a nice day.